I love magazine time of year. See, at this time of year, I can look forward to lots and lots of new magazines. Now, the first thing that caught my eye, Connor McDavid, 112 points. They're projecting 112. I projected 110. I said I felt that Connor McDavid could get 110 points, and everybody said, well, not everybody, but there were a number of people on this channel that are like, you're crazy. That's nobody scoring 110 points. Well, the Hockey News says 112. For the record, today's tea is just beat it with a shot of cane sugar in it. So, there are some interesting ones in here. And I'm just going to go through some interesting, and again, get it. It's always fun to read. So, Sven Andergetto, they say he exploded for 16 points in 19 games after a trade from Montreal. Andergetto found chemistry with Mikko Rantanen and Nathan McKinnon. Since you can get him in most drafts with your last pick, there's no reason to worry what he'll when he'll cost so little. Verdict, buy or believe, meaning he's going to do really well this year. They project him for 17 points this season. This is part of what drives me nuts about the fantasy game. Is that they say, oh yeah, draft this guy, but we don't project he's going to score any points. That way, at the end of the year, we can go, told you should have got him and he wasn't going to score. Paul Byron, this is one as well that I've talked previously on the channel about how with the shooting percentage he had, you can't expect him to recreate that, especially since it was a season that's out of line with its other numbers in the NHL. It says Byron's a no-brainer, name to avoid. He had 28 goals in 200 games entering 2016-17, then sniped 22 in 81 games. He's an accurate shooter, but doesn't play big minutes, and there's a decent chance he gets nudged down the depth chart. Scott Darling, they say buyer beware. Played a career-high 32 games, posted .924 for Chicago. That's save percentage in 2016-17. Now Darling will be asked to handle a starter's workload in Carolina. He never had an elite pedigree and has a risk to wear down at 6'6" and 232 pounds. I love it when these magazines are wrong. They say a candidate for losing points this year is Sebastian Aho. That he's going to drop. They predict he's going to drop from 49 to 46. Because reasons. And of course, Sebastian Aho is one that I really liked. And I really think he's going to get better. Jake Gensel, buyer believe. Michael Granlund, buyer believe. The funny thing is, so in here they talk about how Granlund played great. And then when you get to Granlund's actual page in here, the actual entry for Michael Granlund says, odd breakout season last year with no prior indicators. A lot of mid to high scorers in Minnesota, and he fits the scene. So it's sort of like they're saying, yeah, he had a really good year. It's kind of odd, isn't it? Yeah, weird. Yeah, weird how he had a really good season. This way, if he falls to, say, 50 points next year, they can go, yeah, we had a feeling. We had a feeling he was going to drop. Mike Green of Detroit. The best, and then in brackets only with a question mark. Offensive defenseman on Detroit doesn't put up many points anymore. And let's take a look here. They've got Green with 32 points. They've got Kronwall with 13. They have Ouellette with 13. Erickson with 15. Sproul with 15. DeKaiser with 20. Daly with 29. Daly qualifies as an offensive defenseman even at his age, doesn't he? It's just weird to me. I know people are going to ask about rookies. They project the top scoring rookie will be Clayton Keller with 52. So, again, that falls in line with what I've been saying. This year's rookie class isn't as star-studded as the last few have been. But I think there'll be some good rookies. It's just weird because, yeah, they've got Connor McDavid at number 1. And they've got Kane ahead of Crosby for points. That's one of those things I look at and I say, yeah, all right. Okay. Actually, they got Kucherov ahead of Crosby, too. So they say the scoring will be McDavid, Kane, Kucherov, and then Crosby. And the goal scoring leader, they're projecting Auston Matthews with 44. I don't see anybody else in here that's projected to have more than that. I'm even looking for a St. Louis. Because I want to see... Yeah, they give Tarasenko 40. Now, I'm saying Tarasenko could score 50 this year. I don't think 44 is going to win it again. I guess it could. It's just so weird to me. Just some of these projections. They have Van Riemsdyk scoring 30 goals and 60 points. Paul Mary, 30 goals and 60 points. Both of them doing it in 80 games. It's just one of those things I've always wondered, like, how do they... Who sits down and does this? Like, Okposo and Krejci are both projected to have 22 goals and 35 assists. Okposo is projected to score in 75 games, Krejci in 79. I recommend it because it's fun to look back and say, wow, they got that wrong. But for me, it's kind of funny because I know Colorado fans were upset that I didn't say Sven Andrighetto was going to be top 6. They say, sure, buy or believe. Yeah, no, he had really good chemistry. How many points is he going to score? 17. He'll be on the first line and he'll score 17 points this year. No. Even in Colorado, no. Even I'm not projecting him that low. I figure around 25. If he plays further down the lineup. 19, that's just insanity. Like, they have Thornton scoring more points than he did this past season. They have him scoring 55. He has over 1,000 assists. They have Kachuk going up. Taves gaining 2 points. So he goes to 60 from 58. It's just, like I said, definitely worthy of buying. I'll go through it and figure out who I think is going to be potentially a steal. Wow, they're projecting Senyshyn with 38 points. After another 40-goal season in the OHL, he'll make big jump to the NHL. He has speed, slick moves, a nice shot, and outstanding finishing ability. I have him behind DeBrusk. In terms of wingers that are going to come up. Wow, yeah, they've got him in there. They don't have DeBrusk on that lineup at all. Oh no, they got DeBrusk with 24 points. Really? Senyshyn 38 and DeBrusk 24? It's no wonder they're predicting the Bruins are going to miss the playoffs. Who's that stupid? Oh, I have predicted the Bruins are going to miss the playoffs too. And then they have sleepers, busts, and buyer beware. So people that'll ruin your fantasy league. So if it's available here, and I got that in the store, it wasn't mailed to me. It should be available everywhere in Canada. And in certain parts of the States as well. But get used to magazines having Connor McDavid and Auston Matthews on the cover. Because for the next forever, in Canada, it's all going to be about McDavid, who's supposed to win the Art Ross, and Matthews, who they say is going to win the Maurice Richard Trophy. I shudder to think of what the rest of Canada might say if that happened. But you guys let me know what you think. And then we'll get more into the fantasy stuff later. I just want to let you guys know I got it. I'm all set to go. Figure it out. And thank you very much for watching. Yeah, I love this time of year. The magazines are, to me, the magazines are just as much fun as the jerseys. Because the magazines last forever, just like the jerseys. So let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. And thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.